Welcome back. They were our smart plays of the week, powered by Matronics. Hello to the great Cooper Cron. Coops.
Lads, how are we doing?
Very good. Now, that was a great win from the Manly Seagulls. 2 late tries there to get the win over the Dogs. 2 amazing plays. What impressed you the most out of those 2?
Well, I loved it that when the game was on the line, down 22-12, they were only going to get limited opportunity here, Manly, because they had that huge win in front of their face. When they got an opportunity, they had to strike. And I love that Brooks, Cherry Evans and Turbo pulled the trigger and got it done. The scrum play was set, that was perfect. And then this play here, Kohler was obviously the star to finish it, but the intuition to know to run it on the 5th play, get the ball out to the left-hand side. They had 2 opportunities, they scored, and that won on the game. So I love the fact that their gun players stood up when their club needed them.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Tom Trbojevic, he looked compromised with that shoulder. He certainly wasn't anywhere near his best to come up with that big play like you just said. But how far can Manly go with him the way he is right now?
They need Tom on the field. Tom at 50% is better than no Tom at all.
Yeah.
I think maybe this weekend they need to trust Tom to tell him how physical and capable he is, but also do what Cherry Evans and Brooks did on the weekend and use him up as a bit of bait sometimes. There's no doubt that the presence of Tom catches the eye of every defender, and he can move and do the things like he did on the weekend, but if he's limited, maybe it's an opportunity for Brooks to do a show and go, Cherry Evans to do something else. So they need him in the team if they want to do anything from here on out, even if he is at 50 or 60%.
Yeah. The Dogs come close to making it to week 2 of the finals. In the end, what do you think cost them? What do you reckon they'd be thinking about now?
Well, I love their start. They put a lot of energy into their defensive stuff, and fatigue kicked into the back end. But I think their spine, if they got more big game experience, they iced that second half. Like all that Burton and Sexton had to do with the wind behind them was to kick early. Kick on the 4th tackle, kick it long, get it absolutely that far away from your own line and force Manly to do what they did in that last try. But they gave away a penalty. Kick out got the charge down. There was just a couple of things that added to Manly getting those 2 opportunities
They
that
didn't
they struck.
get into position there too at the end there. They looked a little lost.
They should have thought about that better. But yeah, I thought Burton's first one, if he had kicked it with a little bit more power, it's going over. The second one was a bit clunky because they didn't think about how they were going to do it. But I thought it's just lacking big game experience in the halves and some decision making.
Panthers and Storm both had real dominant performances right now. So if you're back and it looks like those 2 are going to be there, can you split those 2 at the moment?
Oh, very hard to. It looks like from basically day one, it's a collision course to grand final day. The way that I can split them is really by 1 point because Penrith did the best 40 minutes of the season and led 24-0 against the Roosters. Melbourne Storm's second half was unbelievable. They held the Sharks nil, it was 23-0. So there's 1 point difference there, but I like the fact that the best players in each team are playing really good footy. That's what we want on grand final day. They're not guaranteed to get in there. There's still some chances of these other teams, but as it sits, they're in pole position, obviously.
You mentioned the best players in both of those teams. Nathan Cleary made an immediate impact for the Panthers. Were you surprised at how well he played, considering the injury he had?
Performance, no. He's got that in his kit bag. Presence and physically capable, yes. I would have thought that he might have hit on the wing, moved in and around, outsmarted the opposition a little bit, but he went straight to that 3-in position. Lindsay Collins ran him in the first set, he tackled him. Angus Crichton came out, he went bang, and his left shoulder, it was more a statement to, 1, the Roosters to say, come and find me, I'm standing here, but 2, to his teammates said, I'm in this, we're going to do it together. But if you watch the game closely, there were a couple of moments where he protected that shoulder. There was a ball on the ground in the in goal, he went to reach, pulled back. A couple of times he was on the deck, rolled on that shoulder. So he's obviously not 100%. Turbo's the same thing, but they realise their team to be a chance, their presence is more important.
He had some help, Liam Martin, his bodyguard. He was on a mission. He was on a mission. What a game he had. He protected Nathan as he does, and you know what it's like, being a half and having a protector and having that that guy you rely on. Hoffman was you guys had a great combination there. How important is that?
Yeah, I made most of the tackles for Ryan Hoffman. It was the other way around. No, mate,
Police.
off you're right, mate. I think the best thing about that is halves can play in a dinner suit if you've got Liam Martin there. The funny part is it just worked out that they both defend on the right side. It's his left shoulder, it's his inside shoulder. So what the back row does, forces the pressure, sends them sideways so Nathan cannot be isolated. And I love the defensive game from Liam Martin. He's a wrecking ball with the ball, but I tell you what, he's intimidating when he's defending.
Now, what about the Roosters missing the jump? In the halves, do you think maybe Manu? Would you try that?
Look, it's no doubt there's a consideration, but the domino effect of that is who plays centre if you move that, right? So I get the idea of it, but when you're coming up against, say, Jerome Luai or Brooks and Turbo this weekend, a centre position is the decider who makes the decisions defensively. At this level, you're going to need a smart guy there in that position. He's a very good defensive centre. I understand the impact of having him at 5'8". So, look, it's an option, but I think Trent Robinson said that Sandon Smith's the man, and I think he'll double down on that.
Some experts have called for Nicho Hynes to possibly be dropped this week. Trindle, Atkinson, a combination. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, I get it. I completely understand why. If I was involved with Nicho, I'd tell him to go watch the game of Nathan Clearing and watch the game of Cameron Munster. Reason why I say that is Nicho seems to be a guy that's quite free-spirited and happy-go-lucky, but I think at this stage he needs an aggressive mindset. He needs arrogance. He needs that pure confidence. And Nathan Cleary has question marks around his shoulder. He didn't hide. He went straight to the contest. Cameron Munster knew it was a big game. He ran the ball the first opportunity he got it. So if I'm advising Nicho, look, at this time of year, you can't step away from the pressure, the controversy, the noise around you. So take it front on. Go to the contest, run the ball, kick the ball, tackle, everything that moves, and just have a go. Like that's at the end. Now, he can play, but I think it's obviously a bit more of an aggressive mindset, right? You know, some strange reason, if a half is in aggressive mindset, it fixes everything else. I don't know why, but it does.
It does. Now, the Cowboys, they're not lacking confidence. They're coming up against a team, the Sharks, that are, at the moment. Are the Cowboys the dark horse of the competition?
Yeah, they probably are. Their ability to turn it on and play high level when they want to, you could potentially see them winning this weekend and giving Penrith a bit of trouble. But the other part to it is they just also let you down at some stage. So it's hard to judge that. The one thing I will say that gives me confidence that they can do it is when there were moments on the weekend against Newcastle, there were more Cowboys pitchers in the jersey. When the game was on the line, Cole Felt knocked the ball down, Ruben Cotter got to the try. And those boys have played Origin. There's a lot of elite players in the Cowboys team that have handled everything that Origin throws at them, and they can do the trips to Sydney that's required for them to win this comp.
Beautiful Coops, you're a September specialist, mate.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.